want to talk to you about service. Every one of you can be great because any one of you can serve. These words spoken by Dr. Martin Luther King teaches us that greatness isn't measured by what's in our bank accounts or titles or accolades, but greatness is measured by our willingness to take what we have to be able to serve others. I'm born and raised right here in downtown Savannah, Georgia on 542 East Taylor Street, where I witnessed firsthand where the lack of financial access and not ambition keeps so many families in cycles of debt, displacement, and disempowerment. And that was the motivation behind Wealth Builder Savannah. We are turning neighborhoods into classrooms with our signature Money Bus, a mobile unit bringing financial wellness and wealth coaching straight to the streets.
Woo! That's awesome.
I remember when the summer of 1990, I was 12 years old, and my mom, sitting right here, she took me to volunteer at the Savannah Association for the Blind. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but she was planting a seed of service. A seed of service that serving our community, it isn't optional, it's essential. And then 2 years later, at the age of 14, I became a mom. And I began to feel the weight of financial insecurity. I got my first job when I was 15 years old at Savannah Seafood on MLK. And I knew how to work hard. I knew how to hustle. I knew how to make money to take care of me and my daughter when I was in high school. And I worked for Shabazz all the way up into high school. I graduated from Savannah High, go Blue Jackets. And eventually I ended up graduating from Armstrong Atlanta State University, where I became a clinical laboratory scientist.
Wow.
Immediately becoming a scientist and getting into the workforce, I fell into the American dream and got into the rat race, which meant working, going into debt, working to pay off the debt, that vicious cycle. And it wasn't until I pretty much got tired of living paycheck to paycheck and struggling in debt that I created a plan with purpose. And in 3 years, I paid off $33,000 of debt. I saved to invest. I fired my boss, and I began traveling the world. I was financially free. And it's in those lived experiences that I learned that financial wellness isn't about just personal comfort. It's about creating stability that ripples through our families, our neighborhoods, and through generations. So why does this matter? Savannah is a beautiful city. It's my home. And it's full of culture, charm, and millions of dollars are being injected into the economy, but that growth isn't reached by everyone. 20% of Savannah population is living below the poverty line. That's about 30,000 people. Black and Hispanic households have little to no net worth, and women are underrepresented in wealth building spaces. And this is why Wealth Builder Savannah and the Money Bus is so important, because at Wealth Builder Savannah, we are teaching money management, we're teaching how to save for emergencies, we're teaching about budgeting, we're teaching about how to invest in real assets like real estate. But most of all, we are teaching that financial freedom is possible. Dr. King's words reminds us that service is greatness in action. I believe when you teach people how to manage their money, you don't just change their bank account. You change their children's future. You change their family relationships. You change the dynamic of their homes, the stability of neighborhoods. You can change the economic health of an entire city. This isn't charity. This is economic development. Greatness isn't about doing everything. Greatness is about doing something.
Yeah.
You don't have to start a nonprofit or run a bus through a city to serve. You can become a mentor. You can hire locally. You can teach a skill. You can share your story. Because when we serve, we inspire. When we inspire, we empower. And when we empower, we create a Savannah where financial freedom and all the opportunities that it brings is accessible to everyone. Thank you.